Hello, League of Souls. It is I, Beldine, coming to you undead from the Den of Iniquity. As per the request of a number of people, I am here today making a vining tutorial with one of my favorite dragons of all time, Noctua, aka Hoot Hoot. A lot of you have gotten Noctua recently, congratulations, and have been asking about techniques for 4 and 5 tower vining. So I'm going to start with Atlas. I'm just doing Invader because, frankly, I'm lazy and I hate Atlas. But the layout is all the same, so this applies to any Atlas base you fly on. And really, it's kind of... Oh, it's 4. All right. On this first island, I can pretty consistently get either 4 or 5. And this island, don't even bother because you're lucky if you can get 2. And the spacing on these towers is really kind of weird. But this island, as we can see, is pretty easy. I can fairly consistently get 5 vines. This next island, it's more difficult. And I fucked it up entirely. That's fantastic. But you see the second island of this middle long. If you get it from afar, it's extremely easy to 5 vine that second group of 5. You can get it in your sleep. I don't even have to think. I just kind of cast it when I'm at really the beginning. And it doesn't even matter where I press. It just kind of automatically 5 vines. Oh, that was shitty too. Oh, but that one we got 4, which is nice. The rest of these islands, it's kind of hard for me to get 4 and 5 consistently. It's really very dependent on where you press. And as we get into real bases, you'll see it's also dependent on what towers are there. So your ability to 4 and 5 vine an island does actually directly depend on what is on the island, and specifically, especially on real bases again, the center tower. So let's see. Oh, well, that was shit. Basically, for this first island, actually kind of every island, the technique is not really to aim for the first 3. It's not even really to aim for the center tower. It's to aim kind of beyond that. Like here, well, here I fucked up, but last time I got it, and I'm really pressing kind of at the top of the center tower, right? I'm aiming a little bit beyond the beginning. And of course we see again, there's the 5 vine. This island here, 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess this is island 5 probably, is the easiest to 5 vine in Atlas. It's like brainless. And oh, ooh, that was nice. Look at that. I got 4 on that one. Usually I struggle with that, so that's a nice little treat. But yeah, basically what you want to do is press a little bit beyond, at the top of and or beyond this center tower. And if you do that, play around with it, see what you can figure out, because it's all about placement. And I guess next I'll show you guys some real bases, because I actually find it easier to do this on real bases than in Atlas, because I rarely ever fly in Atlas. So let's go try this out. All right, here we are in matchmaking, and I'm actually going to go to my bookmarks because I bookmark a lot of homeless players to practice. Here we see a 415, not a very good one, but you look at these center towers on the short islands specifically, and you see, well, I'll show you as we get to it, but basically, this is what I was saying about the type of towers. Your ability to 4 and 5 vine will depend on what kind of towers are on this base. So here, this was lucky, actually. I got the perch as well, so it's kind of like a 4 vine. Not really. But the center tower on this island was a tall one, a blue mage, right? And for some reason, it makes it very difficult to 4 and 5 vine on the short islands, because as you can see on this number 5 island, it's actually fairly easy to 4 vine if you do it from afar, as I did. But on that short island, if you have a tall tower like a mage or a lightning or something in the center, it makes it very difficult. But coming up next is a small tower, this flak, and you see, without any real effort at all, you kind of just press right at the top of that center tower, right on its head, essentially. And literally every time, if you get that placement right, you can 5 vine. It doesn't matter what towers are around it. It just matters that it's a small tower and you're getting it in that one particular spot. And we even see I managed to 4 vine on these farms, which was nice. Farms are finicky because of their size. Well, actually, it's not the farms. It's just these islands. Again, it's like particular islands. You just some things are harder to do than others. I struggle the most, I think, with this first short island and islands 7 and 8, which are the ones right before you get to your main, dragon, the end of it, essentially. Those are the ones I find most finicky. Like, it's very particular about the placement. But again, it's just a matter of practice. If you go attack, 30 bases in a row and just play around with the placement. Don't always go for the easy, like, you can definitely 3 vine the front 3. Okay, you can do that. That's whatever, Try a different placement for your finger. Try tapping above the head of the flak or whatever, small tower, storm tower there is, and see what you can achieve, see what you can accomplish. The further back you tap, the more likely it is that you'll be able to 4 or 5 vine on an island. But you can't overdo it. Because again, on certain islands, the short ones in particular, it does get finicky. All right, so here we have, on these short islands, tall towers, tall red mages. So it's going to be a struggle for me. But we can see what it's like on islands 1 and 2, because this is a long base. So sometimes you might encounter those, and I find it personally very easy to 5 vine this one. It's not just placement, it's actually timing as well. You see, I try to get these islands very early. I try to cast as early as possible, because for these islands, for many islands, including your middle long one, the earlier you cast, the greater likelihood you have that you will get more out of your vine spell. You'll have a greater likelihood of hitting more towers. It is what it is. And okay, that was shitty. Bye. It's because I'm talking and not flying. We all know I can't talk and fly. Really shitty. I hope I can recover from this. Yeah. I think we'll be fine. But here we are. It's a tall tower. Oh no, it's nice. Cool. Okay, great. So you see, as I was saying, here in the center we have a quote-unquote small tower, a short tower, which was this fire flak. And because of that, I was able to 5 vine. I just kind of aim right at the top, tippy top of the tower. And, this is something like you got to practice it, but right. And here, of course, we run into a tall tower, a mage. So this island, which traditionally is very easy for me to 5 vine with a short tower in the middle, I find it problematic when there's a tall tower. So I don't know, maybe that's just me. Oh, nice. We got 4 there. That was nice. You know, maybe somebody with more skill can kind of consistently do it when there are quote-unquote tall towers around. But for me, this is what I have learned from my observations and from just tons and tons of flying. So, you know, just like any base... Do I want to finish this? No, I don't. Just like any base, you look at it and you see what you can do with the layout that's given to you. If you see that there are short towers located at the center of the islands, then you know you have a really good chance. Like, okay, look at this one. I struggle with that island, even in the best of circumstances, but on this short island with the farms, easy 5 vine. No problem. And yeah, so you know that that's what you do. You look at it, you plan it out. You know, it's like strategy. This is a 4 vine. All right, well, whatever. Like I can pretty consistently get 4 or 5 vines at the beginning one. And I fucked that up. But even though that's a short tower, this is still the island I struggle with most. So I am inconsistent in my ability to 4 and 5 vine there. I've done it, certainly, in the past. But it's just, you know, I can't rely on it. But this was a nice 5 vine. And you see, even without trying very hard at all, on Island 5, I can easily get 4 vines no matter what, as long as I cast it at the beginning of the middle long island. Like I cast, and I get the first set of 5, and then I just cast right again and lock down that entire back island. And that was a nice little 4 vine. And all right, well, I got carried away, so I killed these instead of vining them, but whatever. And all right, I'll cave to the OCD. I'll finish the base. But yeah, it's really just all I can tell you is it's like a matter of practice. And the more you practice and the more you just kind of fiddle around with where you're tapping on any given island, the more comfortable you'll become and the more you'll learn, and you'll just kind of get into the flow of things. So let's see who's next on the list. Is this person, and we have Ice and more Ice and Storm, which are all short towers. Ice does count as a short tower, incidentally. The nomenclature is not very specific. But yes, an ice tower in the center, you should still be able to achieve that 4 and 5 vine placement. Well, let's see. This island I always struggle with anyway, so this is a moot point. And you see, like, even I'm trying to tap the top of the tower, and it just gets me the back towers instead. Like, it's nuts, that short island. But here we got the 5. That was nice. And there we got our 4 without very much thought or struggle put into it. So that's all good. I don't know what else I can say. Really, it's just something that you have to, like, figure out for yourself. Storm towers, obviously, as we can see, storm towers do count as short. What counts as short? Actually, now that I think about it, I think pretty much everything except for mage and lightning. And I'm thinking about that, and I think that's pretty much the case. Everything else, like trebuchets, archers, cannons, storms, these all count. Oh, that was shit. But yeah, those all count as short. Flax, obviously. Ice turrets. Fire turrets. Yeah, pretty much everything. All right, so that wasn't that bad. We don't have to watch the rest of this base being killed. Here we are back again, and we are just gonna move right on to the next one. We have some tall towers on my short islands, and even my long islands, but on this number 4, which is the first, let me think about this, the first island when you get to the middle long, even if you have a tall tower in the center, that was shitty, okay, maybe we can fly instead of talk. But yeah, even if you have a tall tower in the center, if you have a very good aim, you can still consistently 4 vine. And I'll describe this a little bit when I get to it. I've just got to get through this short island first. Struggle through. But yeah, basically, so coming into this island, we know that we're facing a tall tower in the center. We're still going to aim right at the head, right at like the face of the mage, so the top of the tower essentially. But the difference is you're aiming slightly askew. So you see I hit this back right fire turret as my 4th tower. I aimed slightly to the right of that mage. I didn't press directly on the mage, I aimed slightly to the side, and that enabled me to grab that 1 additional tower, which sometimes makes all the difference, and I do the same here. So that's a good technique to practice and to learn, is you're not really ever aiming for, oh, that was pretty bad. Good thing I just barely survived. But yeah, the idea behind more vining is don't aim directly at the tower you're going for. And we don't have to watch this either. This is eating up time. Here, I am going to fly on a real base, a live base, not a teamless one. And I'm looking around and I'm seeing what we have. This person has placed his blue mages at the back of all of his islands. Well, at least the middle ones, which is a big mistake, because I can blink those while I 4 and 5 vine. I'll probably die on this short island of 75s with the blue right in the center that I can't really blink. But we'll see. Let's, fuck it. Let's give it a try. Let's see how far we get. Whatever. Here we go. And I'm now going to bring in an advanced technique, not necessarily of vining, but of combining a vine, a multi-vine, with a blink. And on both of these upcoming islands on his middle long, I'll show you. When a blue mage is at the back of these islands, you won't come into range, so you can vine and blink. And blink just means you press cloak, and you avoid, essentially, oh, look at that, how nice! I 5-vined this second one. What a nice little treat. But yeah, this is a good technique. You vine, and you cloak immediately, and you prevent yourself from taking any damage while you're waiting for that vine to hit. Because it does. It takes like half a second for you between cast and... look at that. See? I die. I didn't even do that short island well. But that's 75s for you. But look at that. That's fucking beautiful work. 4 vine on island 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 vine on island 5. And there's 75s coming up, so an obsidian Pathox might not have a good time, I think. This is a job for How Hesset, I believe. Yeah. Okay. And yes, it is a job for How, aka fuck you up. God, I love How Hassett. He's my favorite. He's my favorite dragon. I would have quit this game if not for him and the love of flying him. I know that I've been promising more twitching tutorials, which I'm petitioning the War Dragons community. I want to rename it to Twerking. So I'm gonna get to that, but man, it's been like a really hectic year, I guess. So it's a work in progress. I have my music video too. I'm working on this stupid music video for like 6 months. I'll get it. I'll get it before Christmas. Don't you worry. I wasted that sand. I could have just crumbled. Oh well. It is what it is. We didn't really have to watch this either, but I can't stop recording while I'm in the middle of a flight. Especially with How Hassett. Am I out of rewinds? Yes, I am. Am I? Yes, I am. Alright, well, I just sand everything, and it'll be fine. Oh, sick. That was nice, actually. Nice job, How Hassett. Yeah, I could quit, but my OCD really compels me to want to finish this base. Especially because it's a real one. He wanted to have a go at it. Vining techniques. It's been, let's see, been not that shitty so far. It could be worse. Could always be worse. Could have been a lot better, but oh. Don't you worry, Hal. We already got the kink covered. He did actually, but I cut that out. That's on the cutting room floor. All right, here is another real base. It's the last one I'm going to do for tonight because I think we've pretty much covered everything. This guy has his blues, again, at the back of his islands, so we can blink while we do our 4 and 5 vining technique, hopefully. We hope we're going to achieve all of that. That is the ideal. So here we go. Let's try it out, see what we can do. Well, we didn't do much. Okay. But these next couple islands, basically having the blue towers in the back, it makes it fairly easy for me to just boop, and that wasn't even that good, and I still managed to, at least we got our 4 vine, and I think we probably blinked a little bit, didn't we? Well, who knows? Hard to tell. And we'll try and get this again. Cast, blink, and cloak again because we missed the ice flak. Okay. But, yeah, it's not that bad. It's pretty good. Oh, that was bad. I don't know what the fuck I was doing there. But, good. A good technique to learn. Now, hopefully you guys have a basis for kind of where you should be aiming when you are trying to 4 and 5 vine. And hopefully this has given you, I don't know, some insights into the process. it's just practice. It's practice makes perfect. That's, oh my God, Malik, no, come on. Malik. Oh, you unsanded everything. Oh, Malik, didn't you watch my music video? Well, this is fine. This is a job for How anyway. Tell me why you tried to hit the mage first. Tell me why you followed with Equester. Tell me why I'm mad enough to get banned. Please just don't unsand. What a fucking classic. I'll leave this alone. I need my rage. But yeah, this is it. This is my video for the week. I hope it was somewhat informative. If you guys need any more specifics, I can try to give insights on it, but honestly, this is it. You know, ultimately, it's not that hard. It's just you've got to go in and you've got to, like, play around. And every device is different as well. I'm playing on a 5S. You know, my screen is, like, the size of a fucking molecule. One single molecule. So where I'm pressing, it might not translate to where you're pressing if you're like, on an iPad, right? So you've got to just kind of go in and fiddle around with it yourselves. But it's totally possible. Here, I'll finish it with this guy because he needs some XP. Yeah, that's it. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. It's quite long by now. Quite long. So that's it. Good luck. Fly well. Practice every day, and you will get there. And we are going to try and get it, and oh, nah. Not good, but holy shit, right? I forevined this. That's astonishing. It's very rare that I forevine, but I fucked up. So we'll try that again.